stressed in terms of these shocks that we've received lately. So at the ministry, we have different initiatives to help the vulnerable communities, one of which is Benazir Income Support Program, and I'm also a chairperson. I'm chairperson of Benazir Income Support Program, which is a social vehicle that was established back in 2008, and it was enacted upon in 2010. I do take pride in the fact that the political party that I hail from is the architect of this vehicle for social protection. But what I also feel very glad about sharing is the fact that every political entity has owned this program. So that is the beauty of this social protection program. So it does not have a label of a political party anymore, but it is named after a very, I'd say a very resilient political personality, none other than Shaheed Mohtarama Benazir Bhutto Sahiba herself. So she not only envisioned this program, but the idea behind this came to her at a time when the country was going through economic crisis. There were challenges that young people in this country were facing when she returned after an exile of 8 years. And she wanted to help the people, and she had a plan. She wanted to provide some mechanism to support the low-income households, to support their incomes. And that was the idea behind it. But unfortunately, she did not live long to see this realize into real terms. The government of her party did announce it, but also, unfortunately, at a time when this was announced, there was a global crisis in the world, and the global crisis was affecting Pakistan very badly. So this program was the need at a time it was initiated. But coincidentally, it has now become the need for the population in Pakistan. At BISP, we have a database, which is the National Socio-Economic Registry. And this Benazir NSCR, as we call it, has a data of around 38 million families, which comes to around 34 million households. And this unique data is something that we really take pride in, because it has taken years of hard work to collect this kind of data. And now we are moving towards the dynamic registry. Achha. I've been asked to speak in my national language, so I am with pride going to use going to switch to my national language. So हमने ये जो जब इसका आगाज़ किया था, तो उस वक्त यकीनन I'm sorry if there's anything but I've said the important part is already covered. I'm now going to go and explaining a little that I wanted to. So ये जो प्रोग्राम था, इसका जब आगाज़ हुआ तो यकीनन कोई डेटाबेस हमारे पास नहीं था, और उसका बेस्ट तरीका ये था कि आप फौरी तौर पर इंगेज करें सोसाइटी के उन लोगों को जिनके पास रसाई है उन गरीब लोगों तक, जो वल्नरेबल लोग हैं, जिनको मदद की ज़रूरत है. तो उस वक्त जो पॉलिटिकल रियलिटीज़ थी उनको ऑन बोर्ड लिया गया, कतई नज़र इसके कि किसका ताल्लुक किस जमात से, हु बिलोंग टू व्हाट पॉलिटिकल पार्टी, वाज नॉट द कंसर्न ऑफ द देन गवर्नमेंट. एंड होल हार्टेडली एक सोशल प्रोटेक्शन के व्हीकल को स्टार्ट करने के लिए इस कॉन्सेप्ट को जो है वो मुतारफ़ कराया गया. और उसके बाद वक्तन फ़वक्तन जो हालात भी तब्दील हुए, कुछ टेक्नोलॉजी जो है वो भी जो है हमें ज़्यादा समझ आने लगी कि किस तरीके से इसको बेहतर बनाया जा सकता है और इफ़ेक्टिव बनाया जा सकता है. तो डेटाबेस कलेक्शन को बाकायदा से सरअंजाम दिया गया, और ये 14 बरस की मेहनत है जिसके नतीजे में ये डेटाबेस हमने बनाया है. लेकिन इसके अंदर जो स्टैटिक डेटाबेस कलेक्शन का तरीका है वो हमें अलाउ नहीं करता कि हम जो सोशो इकोनॉमिक चेंजेस हैं माशरे के अंदर, सोसाइटी के अंदर, वल्नरेबल कम्युनिटी के बिलखसूस, वो हम रिकॉर्ड कर सकें. क्योंकि आज एक शख्स जो है वो वल्नरेबल नहीं है, लेकिन जो शॉक्स आते हैं, जिसमें क्लाइमेट शॉक हो गया, जिसमें पेंडेमिक का शॉक हो गया, जिसमें और कोई इकोनॉमिक शॉक हो गया, उसके नतीजे में जो मौशी समाजी हालात हैं लोगों के, वो बदलते हैं। और जब वो हालात बदलते हैं तो यकीनन उनके उस स्टेटस में चेंज आता है। तो इस तरह के चेंज को रिकॉर्ड करने का जो तरीका था वो स्टैटिक रजिस्ट्री में हमारे पास मौजूद नहीं था, विच इज़ वाई वी हैड टू मूव टूवर्ड्स डायनामिक रजिस्ट्री। और चूंकि अब हम इस तरीके की गुफ्तगू कर रहे हैं, मैं भी समझती हूँ कि ऐसे बात करना ज़्यादा इंटरेस्टिंग होता है, तो मैं आपके साथ कुछ नंबर्स शेयर करना चाहूँगी मिसाल देते हुए। लेकिन एक तो ये बात ज़रूर करूँगी कि जो प्री शॉक स्ट्रैटेजी है उसमें हमारे पास वी हैव अ डेटा। सो यू नो, बिफोर द शॉक, even before the shock sort of started hitting the population, we already had a database with us. So that database helps us recognize the people that we want to reach to. Plus we have a delivery system, and that delivery system is the cash transfer mechanism that we have. But now, and that is the Benazir Income Support Program that the mechanism to help people, that was the platform. So we were able to be useful in a shock like the floods or COVID-19, for instance. So the most recent are the unprecedented floods that affected 33 million population of Pakistan, and a population or a country that is 8th most stressed country in terms of climate change in the world. So at this point in time, how does the government not only make an announcement but ensures that it is implemented? That is where the Benazir Income Support Program vehicle comes into use. So because we had the database, we had a delivery platform, we were able to use the resources that were allocated to us by the government of Pakistan. And here, for instance, when we used it, we were able to, the government had allocated an amount of rupees 70 billion, and that comes to a little over $300 million. So when we went out, we knew that this is the allocation given to us. This is the database that we have divided it into 5 quintiles. Now we need to pick the most vulnerable, the ones in the affected areas, affected by the floods. So we picked up those people. They were identified through the database, and the money was then dispersed through our mechanism. Now here the target obviously is much bigger, but like you talked about the essentials. So one of the essential is the money, and the most essential is the money. So we have the structure, we have the way to reach out